after, boom. That's perfect. Imagen has transformed my workflow. I'm going to walk you through how I'm using it today and how you can use it. Hello, I'm Taylor Jackson. I'm a wedding photographer from Canada, and today I am in a strange and unusual converted water tower in Iceland. It used to have water in it. Now it just has Taylor in it. Let's get to Imagen. So first off, I don't want to just immediately kick you out of this video and say go sign up. And if you use the link below, you get 1,500 free edits. So you can basically try with a wedding or maybe a couple of weddings and see if it works for you. If you just go to the regular website, you get 1,000 edits. So go to the link and get those 1,500 free edits. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. How's that? Is it better? Is it worse? I feel like it's not. Maybe it's this thing. Keeping this though. What Imagen is, as an overview, it will just edit all of your images for you. You click one button.
I click the button and they're done.
Well, you click a few buttons. You have a few options, and it will just edit. I'm gonna say better than you would, because it will maintain consistency over a full gallery, regardless of if I started editing today in the weird water tower, and that's 24 hours a day. It's gonna look the same all day. But if I was back home in Canada, there would be a thing called nighttime, and the sun would dip, and then maybe I'd have some incandescent lights on, and maybe my white balance selections, even though I have a nice monitor, maybe I would start making some different choices. There's a volcano going off over there, for real. That's a real statement. But Imagen has done incredible things for my workflow. It's also, maybe this is something that's never really touched on in these videos, is that mentally, one, it's obviously like relaxed a lot of stress that now my client galleries are done pretty much the next day after the wedding, but it also kind of motivates me weirdly. So I get home and it's kind of like this internal game that I play with myself. I want to see how fast I can have some previews to send to the client as well as the final images just done. And for whatever stupid reason, this gets me to just do everything. Usually I start the night of the wedding, my gallery will be uploaded to Imagen. It's typically the last thing I do. I'll download everything, upload it, and then go to sleep, wake up in the morning, finalize the gallery. And I would say by noon, even if I wake up at 10 or 11 a.m., by noon that day, my wedding gallery is finalized from the day before, and it's online and available. And I'll send the client a few previews, but I won't release the full gallery. I feel like it's too fast for client experience for the next day to have all their wedding photos. Maybe this is gonna work for you. Maybe this is how you're gonna differentiate yourself from other people in town, that you're gonna be like, tomorrow, you get your gallery, you get married on a Saturday, you shoot a triple, you're not gonna have a fun time. You can get someone else, you can do it realistically. But I still have a little bit of a holding period. Even though my gallery is finalized and online, I'll send them the previews and then I'll send the final gallery usually 2 or 3 weeks after. So there are a few different ways to use Imagen. There's no right or wrong way. You can build your own profile, which is great, or you can just go with one of the pre-made talent profiles. Talent profiles are pretty dialed. There's been tens of thousands of images added to all of them, and it will know how to interpret situations. Recently, they've just announced profile adjustments. So say, you love John Branch's profile, but say for your taste, maybe the images are coming back half of a stop overexposed. You can go into profile adjustments. You can also change all the colors or whatever you want. You have full access to all the stuff. But for just quick adjustments like that, if you can take a pre-made profile and make a few customizations to make it your own, that is an incredibly fast way to get up to speed with Imagen. Again, using the link down below, so you get 1,500 free edits rather than 1,000 on the website. And within, I don't know, less than an hour, you can go from never using the system to being an actual believer. I feel like that was the biggest hesitation on my part, was when I was first getting this. I'm like, there's no way that it's gonna be good. And then it was good. And I was like, okay, I'm happy to be wrong in this case. So if you're like me and pretty much every single other person that uses Imagen, you're probably in the camp of, this never worked for me, and then it just does. So put that fear away. And here we go. So loading into Imagen, if you wanna build your own profile, feel free, you upload your images and it'll make something exactly custom. It pretty much matches anything that you have done in the past. If it sees a backlit image, it knows how you process it, and it does that. What I found a little bit easier is just coming over here into talent profiles, and you can select whatever one you like the best. I was on Susan Stripling's for a long time, and then my wife Lindsay started using warm skin tones, so that is what I'm going to use today. And if you want to adjust this talent profile, you just simply click this right here. And look at all the options you have, everything pretty much in Lightroom. So it'll make things a little bit warmer, a little bit more green, or you can do highlights or shadows or texture, clarity, tone curve, you can change the HSL, you can change everything that you could ever desire. One thing I quickly skimmed over here, culling as well. So if you want to do your culling within Imagen as well, you can do that, and it'll send you back what it believes should be the photos that should be delivered. And it does a darn good job. As you can see, it's still in beta, and when it's released, it will do an even better job. All right, warm skin tones. Subject mask is exactly what you expect. So if you are using a mask in Lightroom, and say for instance, the background is amazing, but say your couple is in the shade, it'll actually just select the couple, add a little bit of brightness or contrast or white balance or whatever it needs to do to make that couple look their best in that scene. And you can also dial it back a little bit. So if you're like, I love most of what you did, but I want it a little bit less. I want it at 50%. You can do that, or you can dial it all the way up to 200. I haven't tried that yet. I like it a lot at 100. I would say start there and modify if it's not exactly what you were expecting. And we got 881 images. Also straightening. I just want to give a quick shout out to straightening because it is my favorite thing in the entire world. I shoot everything on a slant like this, not that much, just like 1 degree. And it does an incredible job. Your images feel so much more professional when they're just straightened properly. For family formals, if you're doing it in front of a fireplace, lifesaver. Here we go, upload, 339. I'm gonna go over there and look at the volcano. I'm gonna come back in a few minutes when these are all done. There it is, 357, everything ready to go. Gonna download the edits. Now you're just downloading XMP files, which are just smaller, they're kilobyte files. As you can see, that's how fast it goes. And let's see our edits. So boom, this is what it looks like. Before, after. Holy crap, right? I did nothing. That looks amazing. That's perfect. Gotta pick another one. Didn't notice the wind got his jacket there. How about this one? Boom. This is the before, after, 100% exactly what I would do. No changes, no edits, no notes. How about this one? Beautiful. Before, after, beautiful. Let's get into something a little more before, after. Darn, right? That's perfect. What would you do differently? You wouldn't do anything differently. There it is, before, after. Into dancing, before, after. And I am so impressed with this. All the images look incredible. Boom, goes the dynamite. And then you export and you're done. That's the workflow. Also, I noticed that I didn't even install the update of Imagen. So now, but I didn't update my Imagen, and they don't push a lot of updates, only for big stuff like that. So don't worry about every single time you open the app to be like, I gotta download another update. Rarely happens, but when it does, it gives you very, very nice things. So there it is, Imagen workflow. And I'm noticing now that I picked probably the worst location in the entire beautiful apartment. Look at how beautiful this place is. And I picked this dark corner and exposed for the exterior out there and fixed myself in post. If you want to try out Imagen, which I 100% absolutely recommend that you do, head on over to the link in the description to get those 1,500 free edits. You go to the Imagen website, you're gonna get 1,000, use that link, get 1,500. That is probably a wedding, or at least enough of a test to make sure that you trust it, but I don't know. You watched it here pretty much live. No edits, no adjustments, just boom, beautiful. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below and myself will get back to you. Or if I don't know the answer because of some technical thing within Imagen, someone from the Imagen crew, maybe Scott, will probably be in the comments to help you out. Don't make your couples wait. I'm Taylor Jackson. See you again next time.